Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you've been well. I'm currently out here in Spain. It's about to get pretty dark, so hopefully I've not left it too late, but I'm out here filming a short documentary. It's all about a bodybuilder. Really cool because that's kind of my background when it comes to film, and generally I'm interested in health and fitness, so it's been really cool to be on a project like that. And I thought it'd be really cool to bring you along with me. Not only can I kind of show the process and go behind the scenes, but I can sort of delve into, you know, how to travel with film equipment, what to leave at home, what to take with you, and yeah, just give you a little background on how I go about making a little documentary like this. So yeah, thought I'd bring you along with me. I'm currently out here on like a little walk before I have some food, then call it a night, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy. So I'm going to let you know how I pack all of my stuff whenever I have to go and shoot in another country. So my first bit of advice would be, if the budget allows for it, try and get 2 bags. Your hand luggage can be where you put all of your camera equipment and the most expensive things that you want to keep on you. And then in your large bag, things like clothes, toiletries, and any additional film related things that wouldn't be able to fit in your hand luggage. So yeah, if you can, make sure that you upgrade and have 2 bags. So starting with hand luggage, I always opt for my camera bag. This has been with me everywhere now for 4 or 5 years. It's from a company called Langley. I'd really recommend it if you're in America, that's where they're based. I had to pay a little bit to get it into the country, but well worth it. Really comfortable, got cool compartments on it where I can put things like passports. Yeah, just definitely a solid camera bag, and that's what I would recommend you use as your hand luggage. So in here, I'll put 2 camera bodies and 2 lenses. I have traveled lighter before, but honestly, something happened which makes me never want to travel with just 1 camera and 1 lens ever again. It still makes me feel sick when I picture my camera laying on the floor. The sound makes me feel so horrible just thinking about it. So yeah, if you have the luxury to be able to take 2 cameras or 2 lenses, definitely do it, because you don't want to be thousands of miles from home and something goes wrong. It's also really handy to have 2 cameras because obviously then you've got 2 angles on things. You can use it as BTS, take some photos. Yeah, you won't regret it. So getting into audio, I'll breeze through that really quickly. Basically, I'll take my Rode Video Mic NTG, I'll take my Rode Filmmaker Kit Lav Mic, and also my Zoom H4n Pro audio recorder, along with any accessories and wind covers and things like that. So the reason I do that is, firstly, they're pretty small, so they're not going to take up too much space in the bag, and also audio going wrong on a shoot can completely derail everything. It's an absolute nightmare, so having backups for audio stuff is always really good. So then I'll just slide in my laptop along with a couple of SSDs. That's always good for 1, entertainment, and 2, backing up footage, looking at mood boards, all that kind of stuff is really handy on shoots. Then I've got my Aperture MC, really small and light, super convenient, and yeah, that can just go sit in a side pocket somewhere. Obviously a film camera is not essential, but I really like taking on shoots and getting cool memories when I go to different countries, so with it being so small, I just sort of put it in there anyway. And then finally, I've got this little accessory bag, things like cables, chargers, cleaning stuff, just handy to have. So as things progress in my career, obviously one day I hope to be traveling with a load of Pelly cases full of incredible equipment, but honestly, you can create such good stuff with a small setup now that I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But honestly, there's just something about this kind of run and gun, solo filmmaking kind of thing that I just really enjoy. And then before I go, I'll probably pack like a book or AirPods, headphones, essentially just something to do when I'm on the plane. So in the larger bag, I can pack this light. So this is from Falcon Eyes, and honestly, it's kind of blown me away how powerful it is considering the size. And the best thing about it is it packs down really small and it doesn't really weigh anything, so you don't have to worry about things like a C-stand, and instead you can use a lightweight light stand. So then I'll pack both my tripods, a small stand, and a bag filled with things like gaff tape, grips, diffusion material, and as well a reflector. Essentially things that don't really weigh anything but could be pretty handy. And then around this, I'll fit my clothes and my wash bag. And at that point, we're good to go. And if you're gonna do this for a client, just a quick tip would be factor this into your quotes, into your costings. You're able to then provide a higher level of production because you're bringing in more equipment. So yeah, put it into your costs and don't sort of just take it on the chin and pay for it out of your own pocket. You know, this is gonna help the client. So yeah, factor it in with your costs. So I'm not saying that you have to bring this much equipment onto every shoot, because you definitely don't. But what I would say is that if this is for work, if it is for a client, having that extra gear at your disposal is going to allow you to provide a better service. And for me, that would give me a lot of peace of mind. If it was just for fun or just like a 1 or 2 day thing, then yeah, why not just take one bag, go really lightweight? There's nothing wrong with doing that. But when it is a work thing and you're away for a few days, I would always opt to take a little bit more. So this shoot was essentially some interview mixed with some B-roll shots from around the area. A lot of that was in the gym, which always looks really cool. So just getting into some of this gym footage here, our talent Rob is just going through a normal workout, but I've also gotten to do a couple extra things for me. So after the workout, I've gotten to do some intense cardio. Always looks really good on the assault bike. And then as well as that, I've just got him like taking a breather, just kind of walking around the gym, chatting to people. That kind of stuff just looks really cool. So what I would say about environments like this, like gyms, the lighting can be all over the place. Obviously you don't have full control over it. So just be mindful, depending on what kind of look you're going for, standing one side of your subject compared to the other is gonna give you a totally different look. I prefer to backlight my subject more often than not. So yeah, I just keep an eye on where the light source is and position myself accordingly. So if we say that an average set in the gym is going to be like 10 reps per exercise, for me, I look at that as an opportunity to get 2 different shots per set. So for instance, they might do 5 reps of shoulder press. If I know they've got about 5 left, I'm going to punch in on the zoom lens, or I'm going to step forward and get a bit closer. It just gives like 2 different angles for the same workout. And in the edit, it's going to be so much easier. You're going to have so much more to play with. Yeah, don't just sort of lock yourself in that one position for the entire set, because really you're only going to use a couple of those reps anyway. So another thing would be just leave the camera rolling a lot more. Get things like drinking, chatting, walking around the gym, taking a breather, all these kind of little things that kind of link all your footage together. It's so easy to just hit record when something exciting is going on, but you know, get used to leaving that camera rolling, get atmospheric shots from around the environment. It's all gonna help link your footage together. So let's break down this interview setup. As you can see, it's a lovely space to shoot in, lots of natural light, a really cool living room sort of interior design, and yeah, pretty perfect to be honest. However, when I walked into this room, it didn't actually look like this. We've had to move a few bits of furniture, and I have actually placed that chair there on purpose. This is one thing that I used to be really bad at. I used to walk into sets, be really shy, wouldn't ask anyone if I could move anything, I would just go along with it. So don't ever be afraid to speak up and move a few chairs. No one is ever gonna mind. Spend that extra 10 minutes trying to get the shot. And if anything, it actually makes you look more capable and more knowledgeable. So yeah, don't be too shy. In terms of audio, we've got a lav mic on Rob. It's underneath his shirt, held on with some gaffer tape. Obviously he hasn't got any hair on his chest, so that makes it really easy. When he gets to rip it off, it's not too painful. So yeah, that is literally all I've done with the audio.
I was looking for inspiration. I was looking for physiques that I want to replicate.
So in terms of the lighting, I've basically just brought that in as close as I possibly can without it being in shot. It's on about 50% and balanced to daylight. And with the room being so white and the light kind of bouncing around everywhere, we've got a really soft look, but I didn't really mind that too much. That's kind of what I was trying to go for. If you wanted it to look a bit more moody, you could bring in some negative fill on the right-hand side, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out anyway. Right, that's pretty much it for this one. As you can tell, I'm back in the UK. Any kind of tan that I picked up while spin away has disappeared already. But yeah, it was really cool to get away and shoot something like this. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you've got a travel shoot coming up on the horizon, I'm sure it'll go well and you'll smash it. I'll see you next time. Cheers.